All right, boys, welcome back to another episode of fucking rambling about random bullshit. And today we're going to be rambling about Twitch politics, mostly how they suck. You have probably heard of Hassan. You've probably heard of Frogan if you're watching this channel. Well, I mean, I guess tangentially, I'm not very related to these people at all now, am I? But if you got this far, if you click the thumbnail, you're probably familiar with these people. And if I'd have to take a guess, you're probably not a very big fan of them. Now, good for you. If you are one, bad for you. You shouldn't be. And I'm here to tell you why. Okay, well, not necessarily. What I do want to explain, actually, is that you shouldn't be getting your political opinions from Twitch streamers. I think it is very stupid. Now, you're going to have to understand something very simple. Twitch streamers are retarded. Like, just in general. Okay, now hear me out. Okay, that might be a controversial opinion. Don't really think it is, but, you know, whatever. Most people are retarded. Politics is not something that should be not discussed about, but it shouldn't be something that you look through via the eyes of a retard. Politics are complicated. Twitch streamers play video games all day. They tend to lack the nuance required to talk about politics. Now, in the cases of the particular streamers I mentioned, they have a laundry list of absolutely batshit retarded things they've said. And I think that adds credence to my point that they're a retard, which is why I bring them up as the example. From Frogan, you know, wishing PTSD on all American soldiers, which is incredibly funny. Most people tend to take issue with her saying that as, oh, it's mean, you shouldn't say that shit. Bruh, that shit is fucking hilarious. Say it again. However, I gotta admit, if you say shit like that, I'm not gonna listen to your opinion on politics. Then again, I still don't condemn the statement in the sense that she can say whatever the fuck she wants. I don't really care. There's also shit with Hassan being a hypocrite. You know, the guy is a eat the rich type of liberal, despite the fact that he is a multimillionaire flexing his wealth on stream daily. This guy owns the most expensive dog breed in the world, I think. You can fact check me on that. I don't really give a fuck. That he decides he just wants to shock for his own pleasure and his viewers' dismay. You know, whatever. That's just normal behavior, I guess. But these things don't really instill confidence in me that these people are, you know, politically savvy. Now, technically speaking, they are in the loop about politics. I said that in air quotes. I don't know if my intonation actually gets that across, but I'm telling you for a fact that this is sarcasm. Now, yeah, it's one thing to read the news, and in that sense, you are informed. But anyone can read the news. That doesn't exactly make you a fucking expert. Now, I'm not going to say I'm an expert. Now, notice I'm not going to mention a single fucking thing about any political situation anywhere. And God knows there are a lot of those going on right now. You don't need my opinion on that. You really shouldn't trust my opinion on that. But you can trust my opinion to tell you that you can't trust Twitch streamers. Now, in Hassan's case, technically, I do believe he has a background in politics. His uncle, I believe, is the founder of the Young Turks, and I think he went to school for political science. So in some sense, he is more equipped to talk about this shit than random Twitch streamers. Still, though, Hassan is not very good at this. He has gone on stream and just blasted propaganda from some terrorist organization. I don't remember what, but he was playing it to his friend, their fucking like songs they were making about their revolution or whatever, and his friend is visibly uncomfortable by this. Again, someone who's playing terrorist propaganda on stream for his, you know, young, impressionable viewers, and mind you, his viewers are children, probably. I mean, I can't really see why you'd want to listen to this guy if you weren't a fucking child. Yeah, okay, so back to his, you know, bullshit, right? So he plays his, you know, propaganda stream or whatever, and he openly calls himself a propagandist. That's the big thing. He went on Piers Morgan and he called himself a propagandist. Now, okay, fine. You want to debate me on the fact that Hassan's a retard, on the fact that, you know, I said he does have some political background? Well, why are you listening to your information from a propagandist, a self-admitted one? Again, like, if I have to explain it to you, propaganda is meant to coerce you into believing something. It's not an unbiased and objective source of information. So on that merit alone, you should not be getting your political opinions from Hassan. He has an agenda. You should be getting, well, I mean, I guess most people have an agenda, but you should get your political information from people who have, you know, more not subtle agendas, that's devious, but someone with a more fair and balanced outlook. Again, people are going to have biases, but they should strive to actually control their biases. I don't believe Hassan is someone like that. So there you go. That's my case against Hassan in particular. But I mentioned several Twitch streamers, so next on the chopping block is Frogan. All right, here's the biggest reason you shouldn't watch her. She's fat. Okay, I'm kind of kidding. I mean, it's true she is fat, but that doesn't exactly preclude someone from being a politician. Anyhow, she's a retard. We talked about her little incident, you know, with the all American soldiers should get PTSD and fucking kill themselves. Based as shit. Again, a pretty mean thing to say, but I'm not above saying mean things. Still though, she is a retard. Okay, let's get something straight. A lot of the people I'm going to talk about today, as you can tell, are the fucking like poggers, Twitch chat, like leftists. I mean, I'm personally on the left. Despite that, I hate these fucks. And one of the core tenets of these Twitch leftists, I think I'm going to call them from now on, is that they're inclusive. They're so inclusive, right? That's all they ever talk about, is making a safe space for everyone, trans rights, gay rights, whatever. I mean, these things are fine, like in and of themselves. I don't exactly oppose gay rights or trans rights or anything. Like, this is fine to me. Like, this is not a bad thing. However, they are very much, or the people rather, not the ideas. It's just moral preaching. They're just fucking annoying. Like, you can shut up about this. Just show me with your actions that you'd like to include trans people and gay people or whatever people, colored people. I don't give a fuck. Just, you know, if you want to pretend that you're a good person, do good things. Don't say good things. These people don't do good things. They just say good things. And the reason you know that they're not actually good people, in Frogan's case, okay, there was the TwitchCon incident where they made a particular tier list, which I believe ranked Twitch streamers on their Arabness. Now, as an Arab, that's pretty fucking funny. I don't necessarily condemn this idea of doing this shit. However, I do condemn the fact that, you know, you can't really like have your cake and eat it here too, right? Like, you can't pretend to be inclusive and then make a tier list based on race. And I believe it went something from like, you know, true fucking Arab or whatever. I don't remember what the top tier was, but I do remember that the bottom was loves Sabra. Now, this was essentially just a dog whistle to call someone Jewish. Absolutely hilarious. Like, if I were to, you know, make this tier list, I do the fucking same thing. Then again, I don't pretend to be a very like moralistic person. I think I'm a good person in general, you know, sure, but I am not above mean-spirited humor, and I think that's, you know, something that I can reconcile with my behavior. However, it's not something that Frogan should be able to reconcile, because she's all about, you know, being inclusive, being kind to one another. And sure, it's good values to have, but when you're, you know, going around and saying, like, when you're tiering people based on their race, at some point you can't pretend to be the good guy. At best, you're like neutral, hopefully, but clearly you're not in it for like, you're not in it for the love of the game. You're in it to get brownie points with your Twitch socialites. And speaking of socialites, baby, you know we're talking about iDubbbz next. All right, we have to bring this motherfucker up. We have to raise his specter from the dead, or from Anissa, who I guess is the Grim Reaper in this case. And we're gonna, I think, talk particularly a little bit more about Anissa, because of course we are. Come on, iDubbbz doesn't fucking do shit anymore, bro. Like, somehow his OnlyFans wife is more interesting, man. What the fuck? What a timeline. Anyhow, let's talk about Creator Clash. So Creator Clash was the whole thing where, you know, they failed to raise money for charity or whatever because they decided they wanted to throw a massive party for all their friends and whatever. And I think this is kind of like what exposes the real motives for why Twitch streamers do what they do, right? I mean, it's not really a secret if you actually think about it critically, but it's to make money. It's to be a celebrity. That's kind of all it is. And I think that's realistically why like Twitch streamers take the positions they do. Like, they try to kind of hammer home this whole idea like, oh, look at me, I'm so progressive, I'm so blah, blah, blah. It's really just because it's a popular thing to be, and they want to be popular, right? So in this sort of a case, yeah, like, why would you listen to someone whose agenda is just clearly to like make themselves into a celebrity? They just crave the fame of it. They crave the fortune of it. This is not someone you should be trusting with a political opinion. And now Anissa and iDubbbz have had their own recently about Iran, where they went on, like, it was some fucking like 90 Day Fiance type show they were watching on the stream, and this Iranian guy comes on and is like, man, my country fucking sucks, you know, the fucking supreme leaders, he's coming out here with the whip, he's beating my people, bro. I didn't pick the cotton last week and he came out there and he took my fucking food away. And Anissa and iDubbbz, they're just like, ha haha, no he didn't, no he would never do that, supreme leader Ayatollah whatever, he would never do such a thing, this guy's lying, it's American propaganda. And I mean, like, okay, fine, sure, like I can almost see the angle here, because yes, this is an American TV show you're watching where you're getting immigrants to come in and, like, you know, date people in America, and you're showing them how good the life here is. And yeah, fine, sure, in some sense, yes, it's true, like they're gonna play it up a little bit, but at the same time, have you ever heard like the statement, like every stereotype like has some grain of truth to it? Well, yeah, like that's kind of the case here too. Fine, maybe he is exaggerating a little bit, and to be fair, I actually don't think he's exaggerating. Like I think I'm somewhat aware of the conditions in the Middle East, especially because I know personally Iranians. I know, like, you know, what they go through in their home country based on what they tell me, right? These are people I actually know. These are people whose families live there, who've struggled, you know, in the regime or whatever, right? And so they're telling me like, yeah, this is shit. Like this sucks ass. America would be better, right? And so Anissa, she kind of tries to hold on to her like 8% Arabic heritage or whatever. She's like, oh yeah, no, Iran would never be like that. I would know Arabs. And it's like, well, okay, technically Iranians aren't Arabs. They're Iranians, bro. It's different. And second of all, you fucking gay retard, bro. If you know so much, why are you laughing at this guy? Like, you know, like in general, things aren't like peaches and cream in the Middle East. Like, you should know that people struggle there, and that what this guy is experiencing is likely, you know, at least somewhat true. But she kind of, like, I guess my opinion on this is she reacts too harshly to this, and Ian, the clown he is, decides he's just tagging along for the fun. He goes along with the whole, you know, fucking, you know, beat this to death, you know, over his fucking whistleblowing on the Iranian regime, which is not whistleblowing in this case because it's kind of public knowledge. And so yeah, like, why are you taking your political opinion from this motherfucker? Why are you taking your by the way, why are you taking your political opinion from a fucking OnlyFans model? Are you fucking retarded? Are you fucking gay? What's wrong with you? This bitch sells pictures of herself online and they're not even good. I mean, I didn't check, but I'm assuming they're not good. You can see her clothes and it doesn't look interesting. Why would you want to see her with less? Like, for real, bro. Man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've just picked the lefties out in this case because I personally dislike them because they bring my own ideology a bad name. Oh, but there's also guys on the right. If you're taking shit from, like, what's his name? Like Andrew Tate, fucking... Well, I guess he's not a Twitch streamer, is he? I don't know. I don't keep up with what this guy does. There's like Aiden Ross. It was a Kick streamer in this case, but I think, you know, all streaming platforms are really fair game here for, you know, don't fucking listen to these people. Aiden Ross, again, degenerate gambler, fucking like confirmed retard, bro. Like, just watch him for 5 minutes and then tell me, like, do you want to take this guy's political opinion? Sneeko, absolutely an insidious motherfucker. You really should not be taking political opinions from him. What's his name? Asmongold, Ass Mongol, bro called Arab subhumans. Again, like, I guess at least these people don't pretend that they're inclusive. So that's their only point here, is they tell you straight up, bro. They're not the best, which is maybe, you know, not something to be proud of. And again, they also, like, again, do you think Asmongold has a fucking degree in political science? Do you think he's been in the trenches 50 years, you know, studying the intricacies of Gulf politics? No, absolutely not, right? He plays video games for a living. He can't even clean his house. Do not expect him to give you a nuanced opinion on the Gaza fucking Strip, okay? I don't know what to tell you, man. This has been this week's rant. Guys, if you liked it, please like it. There are 17 people who saw this video. Just like the video, bro. I promise you. I don't know what I promise you, actually. Just fucking dislike the video. Fuck off. Bye.